Montreal. You know, the Expos, they're 25th in the game when it comes to hitting home runs. They're down a run in the fourth. Will Cordero, not enough power to park that pitch. What about Todd Zeile? What about paying the electric bill? Power outage. This game was delayed by 72 minutes. Lights back on, game back on. We pick it up in the sixth. Again with Zeile. Boom, boom. Out go the lights, figuratively. Zeile's first homer as an Expo, and with that, he sets a record by homering with 11 different teams. Cards, Cubs, O's, Phils, Dodgers, Marlins, Rangers, Mets, Rockies, Yankees, and the Expos. He said afterwards, it beats the record of 4 errors in a game he held for a while. How about a double shot of Zeile? Last time he was in Puerto Rico 15 years ago for a wedding. He's still celebrating. So are the Spos. They win it 6-2.
So with the Marlins losing, could the Phillies take over the top spot all by themselves? Vicente Padilla on the mound against the Mets. You know, for the Phillies, tough stretch, 27 games, 27 days, day 18 so far. And they're 7-10. Jay So facing Chase Utley in the fifth. Utley
pops the ball.
Pops it up. Here comes Jay Bell, and look out for the dugout. Tough tumble. You need another look. What happened here? Well, Bell's foot actually got caught on the padding into the dugout. Have that padding removed. Bell with his new glasses explaining to his teammates, must be the new glasses. Top of the sixth, Padilla facing Bell with 2 on. Padilla gets them. Bottom 8, So facing Marlon Byrd with a man on second. Byrd. Jorge Velandia, good try. A run would score. That run, all the Phillies would need. What about Philly fans? They're not thrilled with Jose Mesa as their closer. And that was being kind, that sign. Top of the 9th, Rael Cormier, the new closer, gets it done. 3 straight outs to end the game. His first save for the Phils, making Larry Boa a happy man. At the start of the night, the Yanks came in 3.5 games ahead of the Red Sox, while the Sox were a half game ahead of the Mariners for the wild card race. That's pretty exciting to me. How about you? Especially when I know you're pumped, Neil. I can sense it from over there. Red Sox Yanks. Manny Ramirez, his first game at Yankee Stadium since declaring his love for the Big Apple.
That's one of my biggest dreams right now. You know, I know I got a big contract here in Boston, but maybe when this is over, you know, maybe I'll go out there and try it.
Yeah, Manny, a New York native, loves playing for the Yanks someday. That's what he said. Ramirez, though, taking it to the Yanks. Johnny Damon would score 1-0 Boston. Manny playing hard for Boston. Pedro Martinez, speaking about playing hard, pitching hard. Ask Nick Johnson. Pedro looking to beat the Yanks for the first time in 4 starts this year. Mowing them down. Next batter, Jorge Posada. Forget about it. 4 straight Ks, 9 Ks in 6 innings for Pedro. Andy Pettit, a struggle. 4-0 lead for Boston against him. Then he walks the number 9 hitter, Lou Maloney, to load the bases. Oh, hi, George. More trouble for Pettit. Damon, a bases-loaded triple. Sox are up 7-0. No need for the binoculars for George Steinbrenner. It was pretty clear. Rick Sutcliffe, our analyst, what's up with AP Andy Pettit?
I thought it was an outstanding game plan put together by the Boston Red Sox tonight. They decided they had to give up something to get something. That means they couldn't cover the fastball away and the cut fastball in. They went up there just looking for one. Because of that, Andy Pettit's control got away from him. He walked the number 9 guy a couple of times. He just wasn't sharp. He didn't look physically to be at 100%.
Last time Pettit allowed 8 earned runs 2 years ago. Bottom 4, Yanks down 8-0. Bernie Williams. But I mean, that is Manny Ramirez making that catch. But there are only 2 outs, so what's he throwing it in the crowd for? You know, Pedro, his pitcher, thinks Manny is a bit crazy. Yeah, loony. Then has a few laughs. Said David Ortiz later, I got a new brain for Manny. And then Johnny Damon has to give Manny a hug for support, because it still was a great catch. The Red Sox could only laugh. They rolled over the Yanks. They're now 2.5 back of them.
I don't know how to follow that. Seattle and Baltimore. Mariners need a win to stay 1/2 game behind Boston in the wild card. They need Ichiro to find his stroke. 100+ point differential between breaks. Slow bat. 087 in his last 11 games, 4 for 46, now 4 for 47 after flying out to lead off the game. And he strikes out in his second at-bat, so he's 4 for 48. 5th inning, and it looks like Ichiro has a hit. Lee Matos says, look again. Ichiro 0 for 3, 6th inning, man on Ichiro, ordering a shot at Saki. His 12th. M's up 4-1, just his second hit in his previous 14 at-bats. Bottom 9, 4-3 M's. Shigetoshi Hasegawa facing B.J. Surhoff with 2 outs, man on third. Surhoff homered earlier. He sends the game into extra innings. Top 13 bases loaded with Brett Boone at the dish against Kerry Lichtenberg. Hits him. M's take the lead, and then they add another. That makes it 6-4. Bottom 13, 2 outs with 2 in scoring position for the O's. Brooke Fordyce batting against Arthur Rhodes. Look at John Olerud at first base. That's a glove. M's winning 6-4.
So the A's look to stay 2 up on the M's. Facing the Devil Rays, Terrence Long appealing that 4-game suspension for bumping it up. He's in the starting lineup. Mark Ellis down the line. Scott Hatterberg would score easily on that. A's are up 1-0 on Tampa Bay. Bottom 2, I'll tell you, Ted Lilly was off the charts for Oakland on the mound. Adam Pyatt can't even find that. Next batter, Travis Lee. No. Lilly allowed a run, 4 hits. He struck out 7. He's never lost to Tampa Bay. Bottom 5, Carl Crawford. That's his 3rd double play of the season. Carl Crawford just hit it in 2. Mark Ellis, nice play, 2 down. Lilly against Julio Lugo. Lugo, no. Lilly, yes. On his way to winning his 3rd straight start. Keith Folkin now against Aubrey Huff. Forget about that hitting streak. 39 saves on the year for Folk. A's win 3-1. Stays 2 up on Seattle. So all the principals involved win. So the AL West and wildcard standings stay the same. The big news, the Red Sox are now just 2.5 games out in the AL East. If Boston swept the series against New York, they'd stand a game out.
Grab the bow and arrow. We're on that October hunt in the NL Central. Houston wearing the yellow jersey when play began Friday, but Chicago and St. Louis also hope to be fitted in the wild card. 6 teams separated by only 3.5 games. We begin with Chicago at Milwaukee. Cubs are 4-0 at the Brewers' Yard this season. Ben Sheets winless in his last 6 starts and now down 2-0. Sammy Sosa with 1 on came into this game a .389 career hitter against Sheets. That's his 33rd. Bottom 2, Bill Hall coming to the plate. He takes ball 1, and, well, Hall's either not a math major or we've got a problem, because he starts walking back to the dugout, and Ned Yost says, "Why are you coming my way?" Well, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. Here's why. Scoreboard has Hall batting 7th. Lineup card has him batting 8th. Hall will not be called out because the rule says in part the proper batter may take his place in the batter's box at any time before the improper batter becomes a runner or is put out. Keith Osick, the proper batter, inherits the count. Hall says, oh, I got away with one there. Juan Cruz strikes Osick out. Antonio Alfonseca appealing a 7-game sit-down for bumping it up Tuesday. Strikes out Richie Sexton to end the 7th, and the Cubs go on to win it 4-2.
The NL Central leading Astros in San Diego. Phil Nevin, 5 for 7, 3 RBIs lifetime against Jared Fernandez. So what happens in the first? Nevin flies out. That's to Craig Biggio. Nevin now 5 for 8 against Fernandez. Top 3, Biggio facing Adam Eaton. He's got the magic stick. Number 13 of the year for Biggio, 2-0 Astros. Bottom 3, Nevin up, 2 men on, facing Fernandez again. Hey, we don't show you a fact bar for nothing. Number 8, Nevin, 1 for 4, 3 RBI. It's 3-2. San Diego. Top 5, same score. Bags batting, 2 on. Bagwell just abuses that slow curve by Adam Eaton. Number 32 for Bagwell. It's 5-3. Astros back on top. In the 8th, Trevor Hoffman making his 2nd appearance of the year, facing Lance Berkman. Yeah. Hoffman throws a scoreless 8. Bottom 9, Padres down 1. Sean Burrows, chance to tie the game, facing Billy Wagner. Whoa, Wagner knocking it down with his gloves and gets the out. What a recovery for his 38th save the hard way. Astros hang on to win 5-4.
Cincinnati at St. Louis. Cards lost 2 straight, 4 of their last 5 overall. Albert Pujols went 4 for 19 in the Cubs series. Took a little extra BP, and it pays off in the bottom of the 1st against Aaron Harang. 38, new career record for Pujols. Homer number 109. He's in 3rd place for the most home runs in his first 3 seasons. Needs 6 to set the record set by Ralph Kiner. Top 9, Cards up 2-1. Sean Casey against Jason Isringhausen. Tino Martinez gets it, but D'Angelo Jimenez was running from 3rd. This game is tied at 2. Top 12 still tied. It's Jason against Jason. Where is Freddie?
I don't know.
LaRue against Simon Tachi, and Simon Tachi can't handle it. LaRue safe at first. Next batter, Willie Mopena. 2 hits already, entered bat in a $176. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. The Cards aren't, and the Reds are. At least Pena is. First triple of the year. LaRue scores from first. 4-2 your final. St. Louis has lost 5 of 6. NL Central standings, Cubs, Astros win, Cards lose. Cubs 1/2 game out of first. They'll have Mark Pryor on the mound Saturday. Cards also have a 14-game winner, Woody Williams.
Becoming the first major league pitcher in 23 years to lose 20 games in a season mattered even less than it did before. Before Mike Maroth took the mound to avoid that piece of history, he got word that his grandmother had died. The Detroit lefty could have skipped the start, but he didn't. Maroth just wanted to get through it. Said his catcher, Brandon Inge, he doesn't deserve this. Maroth, again, looking to avoid that history. Brian Kingman, the last pitcher to lose 20 games in a season. Happened back in 1980, 23 years ago. He had said publicly that he wants to hold on to that record, even as a voodoo doll he has used on Mike Maroth. Kingman was in attendance Friday. He says he's not rooting for Mike to win, just not to lose. Maroth with a 2-0 lead, facing Josh Phelps with 2 on. Ends the inning. Now, we got to wonder, you know, what would have happened if we reversed things? Maroth had this dream, you know. Friday, he'd be going for his 20th win instead of loss. The Tigers would be 102-37. Tigers would be 29 games ahead of the White Sox in the AL Central, 17.5 games ahead of the Yanks for the best record in the AL, but that was just a dream. Here's reality, facing Eric Hinsky with a man on.
One heck of a dream.
Yeah, baby. And speaking of this, Hinsky, look at that swing. Tie game. Top of the third, back come the Tigers. Ahead 3-2, 2 on. Carlos Pena. You know, Tigers doing all they can to help out their teammate Mike Maroth. Pena with 2 on, looking for space. Finds it. 2 runs will come in. As for Pena, he gets a little greedy. He's out at second, so it's 5-2 Detroit. Bottom 3, Maroth to Josh Phelps. 1 on, 2 out. Big play here. Phelps gets under it, and it's out of here. 18th of the year, and check out the catch in the stands. Very smooth. Blue Jays within 1. Bottom 4, Tigers still up 5-4, 2 on for Reed Johnson against Maroth. Johnson. Toronto getting more confident against Mike. Opposite way, 2 runs will score. There goes the lead. 6-5 Toronto. Johnson gets the second. After another batter, that would be it for Maroth. He only lasted 3 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs. He gets number 20. Tough one for Mike to take.
It is hard because, you know, they got me 5 runs early, you know, and, you know, I kind of, you know, I gave up, you know, more than that. You know, I didn't pitch well, but, you know, at least I can sleep good tonight knowing that, you know, I'm giving it everything I have.
Maroth and the Tigers lose, but his manager, Alan Trammell, says don't blame it all on the pitcher.
The bottom line is it's not indicative of how he's pitched for us this year. He's taken the rubber every time. We have not given him a whole lot of support, really, when you look at the whole track record of 5 months previous. And you know what? It's more indicative of our record.
They just sit there and they see the highlights on ESPN and all those shows that like to make fun of us. And, you know, that kind of gives us a negative taste.
All good things have to come to an end. I knew that inevitably someone would lose 20. I guess my goal has been to point out that 20-game losers are good pitchers. They're not horrible pitchers. I know Maroth didn't want to lose. 20 will just be a number, and I wish him the best.
So here are the dismal facts for Detroit. Through 140 team games, their record is 37-103. As they continue their quest for the all-time loss record, they now stand at 103 losses. The 62 Mets had 105 through 140 team games. Top first, no score, a man on, 2 out, Ben Broussard. This is deep, opposite way, Carlos Lee. Oh, man, that's a great catch. I don't think Buddy Lee could elevate like Carlos Lee. Take another look. Lee saved at least the run, and he got the wind knocked out of him. He'd be okay. Bottom 2, it was a painful first 2 innings for Lee, because look what this, oh, Billy Traber then hits him on the shoulder. I mean, after he was knocked down, he gets hit in the shoulder. It'd be worth it, would it? 2 men on for Paul Konerko. Paul Konerko is 16th home run of the year, heating up at the right time for the White Sox. Up 3-0. It was 5-2 Chicago in the 8th, 2 on, 1 out. Damaso Marte pitching. Jody Garrett gets hit in the shoulder. Coco Crisp scores on a ground and made it 5-3. Marte strikes out Alex Escobar, inning over. Still 5-3 in the 9th, tying run at the plate. Tom Gordon strikes out Brandon Phillips. 9th save for Gordon. John Garland allowed 5 hits and 7 into the 3rd. He's 2-7 lifetime against Cleveland.
All right, so the Twins need to beat the visiting Rangers to keep pace with the White Sox, and they got Michael Young facing Johan Santana. And Santana's been unhittable. Twins lead 8-2, bases loaded. Young hits him hard. His first career grand slam, and all of a sudden we go from 8-2 to 8-6. Same inning, A-Rod, an 0-1 fastball, or was that a fat ball? 437 feet, number 41, Major League leading home run for Alex Rodriguez, who always does well at the Metrodome. Bottom 6, 9-7. Matt LaCroix, he's going yard. The Twins are going to win 10-7. LaCroix 16th. Christian Guzman drives in a career high 4 runs in the victory.
Royals looking to stay close, visiting Anaheim. Tony Pena, the skipper. Bottom 3, Sean Figgins. Lift off, Aaron Guile. Aerobics really paying off for Guile. Top of the 4th, Ken Harvey coming up. We flash back to the 2nd. All the way to the 2nd, we flash back. Here's what. Harvey connects, it goes down the line. That scores Carlos Beltran. Now Garrett Anderson picks this thing up, shows off his arm, and guns down Harvey at 2nd. So let's go back to the 4th. What does this all mean? I'll tell you. What happens? The same exact thing. Harvey hits it down the line. Garrett Anderson picks it up, shows off his arm, and guns down Harvey at 2nd. Same play. Harvey did not learn his lesson. It's all about the pitching. Brian Anderson working on a shutout. The Royals are 45-1 this season when holding opponents to 3 runs or fewer. Brian Anderson gets the complete Game 7 hitter, his 3rd career shutout, 5-0, the final. So all 3 teams in the AL Central won. In the AL Central race, that is. Minnesota will send Brad Radke to the mound against the Rangers Saturday. Chicago has Loaiza trying to earn win number 19, and Darryl May will be on the hill for the Royals in Anaheim. In the game, facing Corey Vance. Make that 2 homers in this game. His 3rd multi-home run game of his career. 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. That ties the game at 7. Later in the 7th, Steve Reed to Alex Cora with a man on second. Cora just bloops one out there. That's going to drop. Holbert Cabrera will come around to score. One of 17 hits for the Dodgers. You heard me. 17 hits. 8-7. Dodgers up Eric Gagne going for his 100th save over the past 2 years. Ron Belliard facing Gagne. Man on second, 2 out. No problem. Gagne's 48th straight save this season. 56 straight dating back to last season. Both major league records. Dodgers win.
Arizona at San Francisco. Giants have won 5 straight. Snakes 5 back in the wild card. And, well, the Giants are the best home team in the majors. But Brandon Webb, the pitcher, with 2 out, 1 on in a 2-1 game, and the inning over, right? Well, Marquise Grissom, that's ruled a trap. The TV replay would seem to indicate otherwise. The inning continues. Jason Christensen in. Steve Finley singles. Run scores 3-1. Next batter, Matt Keita walks. Next batter, bases loaded. Luis Gonzalez, he homered earlier. He walks. It's 4-1. Next batter, Felix Rodriguez pitching. Shea Hillenbrand, single, 2-run score, 6-1. 2 batters later, Danny Batista doubles in a couple. D-backs get 7 in the 7th. They win 8-1. They were 0-6 this season at the Giants' yard.
You know, the NL wild card race, Phillies now all alone in first after the Marlins lost. Dodgers moved to within 3 games, but LA only has 1 day off the rest of the season.
Horatio Ramirez hit, facing Oliver Perez, who has struggled. No struggle there. Ground out. Game moves on. Next frame, second batter for Ramirez is former Brave Reggie Sanders, who now has 30 home runs this season, the 2nd time in 3 seasons, 2-1. Braves tie it up, and then they are going to win it in the 10th. Chipper Jones with the walk-off against Mark Corey. Braves get the first one, but the Pirates take the nightcap.